I'm going to talk about the number one thing that helped me improve in general. When I got stuck and I didn't know what to do and was totally lost and I felt like quitting and I probably did for a little bit and I came back, this is what improved me more than anything else. And it's kind of an intangible. So before that, please subscribe. I'm going to be posting art advice constantly. I'm going to be posting like videos every day on tips and some fun videos. Let's get started. So, the first thing I want to talk about really quick is art community. I don't see an emphasis on this at all. And let me talk about it really quick. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I went through many phases in my art career. I started at 18 years old drawing. I started very late and found a community in that very first art, the art learning group that I was in. I was in a tiny school. Uh, then I lost my mind, quit art for a little bit, and didn't do it anymore. Came back, I was back into it. Went to Art Center. Art Center, one of the greatest art schools ever, in my opinion. And that art school, I was never better than when I was at that art school. Like, why is that? Um, there's a giant reason for that. There's actually two reasons, but the one of the ones that we're talking about here, and then the other. The first is I had somebody, which was the teacher, hold me accountable, and I had to draw over and over and over again to complete projects, to like get things through, to get a grade and move on to the next class that I wanted in the next semester, to get to all the fun stuff, and that stuff was really hard, and it pushed me harder than ever. And the teachers make you look bad sometimes if you didn't do the work, right? Because of that, okay, because of that, it improved. The other one that I cannot find even to this day is a community of artists that are all really good and they're better than you in the kind of art that you like. So for me personally, it was that concept art style drawing, creating figures from your mind, creating cool characters, science fiction related stuff, vehicles, all this cool stuff that I wanted to do in concept art. I really wanted to do that. And when you're in a class like that, and we're all pretty close, there's only about 20 people in that particular program, you have no choice but to get better because the person next to you is significantly younger than you or a few years younger than you. I remember this very, very well, okay? I remember I was going in and I met everybody for the first time and I was like, cool. And I was sitting at my, like there, it was like I can't remember, it was like a cafeteria area. And I looked at somebody next to me who was like way younger than me. And I believe he had come from, I can't remember, China. I don't remember what country he was from, but he was just sketching in his sketchbook. And I looked over his shoulder to kind of see what he was sketching, right? And it actually scared me. Like I got frightened. It was so good. It was just like a drawing of some tree dude. I don't remember, but the drawing was so good for just like a throwaway sketch that I actually got scared. I was like, "Whoa, this person's like so young and he's like so good already." And that was the norm there. Like a lot of people around me were super good at their individual, like whatever, particular artwork. One guy was really good at drawing animals. Everybody got in there with a skill, but obviously nobody had a complete rounded skill. They were not great at every single thing because that's why we were there at school. Um, but I remember through those years, I got better than I ever did because I had people next to me drawing 24 hours and I would see what they're drawing and I'm like, whoa, that's cool. Whoa, that's cool. Whoa, that's cool. Whoa. And to kind of be there uh, and not be inspired and even like slightly competitive was impossible, right? You were chosen as well for that program. I mean, there's a little bit of imposter syndrome for me too because I was there and I'm thinking, am I even supposed to be in this program? Everybody's so dang good. Like, wow. Um, but being there and being around those types of people really fascinated me. And like I said, it just pushes you. You're like, oh man, that guy, he's been drawing all night. Oh my gosh, like oh my, I got to do that too, and it makes me want to do that. Again, it's a little bit competitive. It's a little bit like I'm addicted to seeing myself get better at certain things. Um, and you just have to do it per se. You just have to do it to keep up with the herd of 20 people I was with. And like for one time, basically every person was good. Like somebody turned a project, they go wow, and somebody turned another project, wow. You know, um, everybody keep pulling ahead of each other in different ways. So it was something that I haven't found since I left Art Center. There are art communities, and I personally have not found one with the exact mentality that I wanted per se. But you know, when you're learning, I think it's more important. You can definitely find it online if you're living in the middle of nowhere. Let's just say you're in the middle of nowhere somewhere, and there's no choice. I understand it. You can't find it. You can't find it. But if you're even like remotely near a group that's running, look in ads of your city. If people are running meetup.com groups where artists meet up, it's still good to do that. Like I still found other artists to hang out with, just not in the exact niche that I wanted. But I'm being picky. So the important thing for you though, if you're beginning, you're brand new or you're newish or even intermediate, find a group in your city. Find friends who will push you in art. Find that. It's going to push you in ways that you don't realize, right? It's hard to push yourself sometimes. You feel, tired. You're exhausted from doing other things, and that's a completely understandable thing to do. Um, but this is intangible. When your friend calls you and says, "Oh, I did this and this and this," or you meet up at a cafe and everybody's drawing, everybody has these cool projects, and you're like, "Wow, I want to do that." It's gonna motivate you the next week to do that as well. So find that group. It'll change your life. It really will. And you don't want to be isolated. When you isolate yourself throughout the learning process, it gets stagnant. You don't get other people giving you feedback, little mini criticisms that will help. If they're useful criticisms. Don't be a hermit. Don't be alone. This stuff is great with a group, even if it's not often, and even if you have to find it online. It's worth it. It'll change you. Anyways, that's pretty much the message for today. If you agree with it, let me know in the comments. If you have like a group of your own, tell me your experience. I want to hear it in the comment section. Thank you so much. And what I want you to do is, if you're here seeing this right now, I read every single comment, by the way. So I will absolutely read everything. And I want you to share the video and hit the like if you liked it. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. If you want, check out one of the videos on the side here. That's going to be up in the suggested box, and you can go check that out as well. All right? Talk to you very soon, and we'll see you tomorrow.